Hi, Aman. Hello. Can you hear me? Take my stand. Hi, Aman. Hello. Yeah. So I have to accept the request. Yes, everybody. How are you? Yeah. Yeah. Can you all see us? Can you all see me? Hello, everybody. I'm fine, Komal. How are you? Lovely. Good to see everybody. Pawan ma'am, are you there? Yes. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. So there is a thing. Actually, Priya Mittal just wants to be in this live video. I think I'll have to tell. Pawan, can you please send a request again? Or are you there? If you're there, give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Jaskeshan. Yes, Surbhi. Surbhi Anshuru, hi, how are you? Just the same, ma'am. You were 10 years back. Oh God, do I look the same? Thank you. That's good to know. You feel younger. Great. How are you doing, Surbhi? Okay, so Pawan is there. Yeah, hi, Meher. Hi, Rhythm. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for connecting with Kanika and Pavan, and I'm sure they're there. So actually, I'm only getting the Priya Mittal's request. Decline that. Oh, Nira. So, but yes. So, Pavan, I would request you to please send me a request again for joining the session. It's come with another student of mine, Priya Mittal. So I have two requests parallelly. So I think you will have to send it again so that I can accept it. Good evening, Ria. Yeah, join, Pavan. Yeah, we're waiting for you. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so we're waiting for everybody to join in. It's so good to see. Oh, hi, Pavan. How
Good
are you?
evening, ma'am. I'm
Good
fine.
evening. So
Good
good to
Good
see
evening,
evening.
you.
Anna.
Oh,
Good evening,
lovely,
ma'am.
lovely ladies in the house. Kanika, how are you doing?
I'm great, ma'am. What about you? What about Pavan, ma'am?
I'm
I'm
fine,
doing
ma'am.
good. How about you, Pavan?
I'm fine, ma'am. How about you?
Good in your positivity.
Thank you. Okay.
Good
So
to
let's
So
know.
start with the
I think
detox.
everyone is
Let's,
joining, and let's start with the detox talk.
yeah.
Lovely. I think we all required a detox when the season changes. So right now we're moving to a new season from winters to spring, and it's the best time to detox your minds, your souls, and your body. And so let's start detoxing with design and talk about it. What do you say?
Sure, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. We can start, and everyone is like, hello, everyone. And it's good to have you all here.
Yeah, we are glad that they are attending the session and we are on
Yeah.
one screen again.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, indeed. And with so many hearts popping in, you feel the February month is still full of love and love is in the air.
Yes, love is in the air.
Yes.
Actually,
So,
love is in the air.
great.
We
That's
can see
nice.
the hearts here.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Beautiful ones. Beautiful people around with us on this session and beautiful hearts joining I can see so many people joining, so it's wonderful.
We miss you too,
Great.
Aman.
Yeah, we miss all our students, and I think
Yes, all
let's
our
move
students.
ahead before we keep putting missing messages.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Ruchika. How
So,
are you?
We are glad that you are
okay.
attending it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
everyone.
Kanika, go ahead. What were you saying?
Okay, ma'am.
So I was just saying, people are saying that good to have a session like this. So that is what just I'm saying, and
Yes. So
yes,
great. So
reading the
I think
questions.
great. So in the meantime, we would request Pawan to start with the session. We can start with our talks and see how and where we are going.
Okay. So it is very wisely said that one door closes, another one opens. And God doesn't close one door without getting ready to open another with bigger and greater things. Good evening, everyone. I, Pawan Preet Kaur, welcomes each one of you warmly to the Detox. Detox yourself with the Detox with us today. So, in today's session, we all are gathered here to have a discussion on the approach towards design education. Today's discussion will motivate the young minds as well as the educators and will help them to broaden their horizons. We'll be witnessing today that how an extraordinary approach can be taken towards the field of interior design. So on a positive note, Gurjot ma'am and Kanika ma'am, let's get started with the detox.
Thank you
Sure,
so
ma'am.
much.
Thank you,
Thanks for
ma'am.
giving such a wonderful pump and introduction to the session. And definitely, we are looking forward to pour in our ideas so that we can detox ourselves. So it's going to be wonderful.
Much
So
needed.
today our session or our conversation with Pawan and Kanika is going to be all about the approach to design education, as to understand that why we need to have a specific, customized, and more liberated approach to deal with the subjects of design. And therein, probably, I think education is influential to the process of change. When we educate ourselves, is only when we look forward to change our perspectives, change our mindset, and accept something which we've not done before. What do you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
Right.
Very
So
true. It is
for
actually true.
accepting change, I think for accepting any kind of change in life, we need to be prepared through a particular procedure, and that's education. That's the way we've learned things, and that's the way we try and accept. If computers came in the world, I think it was education for computers that helped us understand this wonderful gadget that came in, and now we are all connected to each other on this mobile. So it's all educating ourselves to new programs, to new systems, to new processes, and marching forward. Now, when we talk about learning design, there are a lot of school of thoughts that come to us and to our minds, that how should a subject of design be taught or be learned. Both ways, it's when you teach design, you need to be revolutionary as a teacher, as a mentor, and when you learn design, you need to be an enthusiastic human being who wants to always experiment and take risks and find new ideations for particular learning of a subject. So I would just say that we need to make sure that there is a good learning environment for our students, or for any design aspirant who wants to venture into the world of design. Do you agree with me on this, Pavan and Kanika?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Right.
totally. We
So
agree.
so here we're going to discuss that how to create what the students don't have today, or what is missing in the design learning process, and how do we create environment for the young creative minds to get a platform where they can independently and robustly come up with thoughts, where they're not feared, they don't have fear to come with the ideas and talk to their faculty, or be restrictive in an environment. It needs to be an open exchange of thoughts, like a more open-minded approach. Okay,
Yes.
so I think, like I was just talking about learning environment, one of the aspects that we need to talk about today, when we talk to Kanika and Pavan, and we can further discuss on the importance of critical thinking. So these days, what's happening in the institutions, whether they're schools, colleges, universities, is that when they offer a design course specifically, it is into a same kind of protocol where you have to go through a specific timetable, so specific kind of structure to learn design, and eventually while you're doing a subject, instead of getting to the essence of the subject, you're more stuck up with the procedure of the academic requirements, so that makes it very difficult for a person or a student to come out with innovative ideas to go and discuss with faculty. And I think even the faculty members, the mentors, get so much stuck into their own bundle of work that these organizations and the systems put you through, that what you came with a passion to teach the students and to inspire them gets dwindled. You are halfway inspired, halfway demotivated. So overall, it's going to be like a two-way communication where everybody works together to create a space, to create a platform where we have every day new ideas flowing and experiments happening, and new creations happening, and feeling happy about it. And I think design should be created in such platforms that they get awards for creations that were not thought of for years to come. And every time there are opportunities, it's just that we miss these opportunities because of other stresses in life,
We
right?
can truly feel your words. Truly.
We are feeling every single word here.
Oh,
I think even
that's so kind
students
of
are
you.
also feeling the
Right.
same.
And really, it's a real detox session. Trust me.
Oh, wonderful. I'm glad that it's making me feel very nice that virtually we've got the opportunity to connect with so many of us. And apart from three of us, the ones who are there with us in the session, they are also motivating us to detox and add more inputs. I think if you agree with me, Pavan and Kanika, I feel we need to establish an emotional connect with the design subjects. If you connect with a subject, if you connect with a mentor, if you connect with the vibe of what you have to learn, is where you would be interested in doing something about that subject instead of just passing and getting marks in the subject, right?
And we are getting the more number of hearts on this situation only, ma'am. All students are agreeing on the same factor.
Yes.
Okay. So let's ask them a question. Let's ask everybody a question. Do you think that an emotional connect will bring or derive more attention towards the design subject and eventually lead to more effective learning of that subject? If you have an emotional connect, that will derive attention and then further lead to more effective learning. Do you agree with it? Yes or no? Okay, Princy says yes. Ruchika says yes.
So
And who
everyone,
else? Where are you? We do
just
not have the polls here.
Yeah.
yeah, but you can just comment on the comment section.
But we
Yes.
can see you. Come on, everyone.
Yes,
Great.
Palak is saying yes.
Yes, Aman. We're
Yes,
doing it here
Manpreet
only.
sir is
Yes,
also here.
Manpreet
Oh,
sir is also
wonderful.
here.
Ravinesh. Great.
Ramesh.
Arpita. Great.
Yeah,
Definitely. Agreed. Any other viewpoint you have?
agree. If you have any other viewpoint, you can ask you can tell us in the comment section and we can discuss on that.
Yeah,
Yes.
true.
Totally agree.
Yes.
So
And
then,
even,
I
even
think
ma'am,
we.
if some like if any person is there in the comment box who's not agreeing with it, we can also state that factor too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Why not?
It's not
Yes.
that only that you have to agree on everything that we say, but you
Absolutely.
can,
Because here we are talking about open-mindedness.
yeah.
And Manpreet sir, we miss you too. So there's an emotional connect, right? So we are all agreeing to this point that we need to be emotionally connected to our passion, to our learning, to our teaching, so that we move forward to what aspect? Anybody in the thing? I'm so used to the question answer chat
Emotional.
box. Oh, thanks. It always has these comments for me. Okay, so we have emotional connect. We are more attentive because we are emotionally connected. And eventually what happens when you give attention to a talk, to a subject, to a learning, you are educated by that process, you know, and you come out with a new learning in life. So Shweta says definitely yes, because if you're not connected emotionally to it, how are we able to be creative and unique? Very well said, Shweta. Shweta Malhan, right? Good.
And
So
ma'am, we are
that's nice.
fulfilling Aman's wish also. He said that we all want you back. Right? So we are back on the platform, see Aman?
Yeah, yeah.
We are here
We've never,
and you can ask your question here.
Yes.
yes, we are always in your reach. So the platforms change, that's it. But the platform has also been live online, so we used to it. You know, till the time the COVID scare runs away from our minds, we will be always there virtually, chit chatting with you, exchanging new ideas, and actually we want to know what the new generation is looking up to, what they want to learn, what they want to teach, what they want to talk about, what they want to explore. Because for a designer or for any human being, till you're alive, you're learning every day. So it'll be wonderful if we also get an opportunity to learn what you want to learn further, right?
No
So
barriers,
that
no barriers of attendance, no barriers of the exams that we are going to take, and no barriers of e-governance too.
Actually, e-governance.
I would say assignments.
Will
Assignment.
okay, there people are saying here like save the video and I think
We'll
please
Yeah,
surely
don't
that's
post
consider
okay.
that.
after the word. Really miss you guys a lot. My intention connect is not good.
Internet
Okay.
connection is not good.
Hmm.
So I would rather like to put light that whatever we learn in perspective of design and the design education that needs to be put forward should be real time. It should be connected to the real world experiences. You should be more exposed to what is happening in the world. Only then will you be able to realize that what design opportunity you have and what you have to create by not only seeing historical perspectives but also seeing futuristic opportunities that you have, right? So for example, if I talk about Kanika has been a fine art student and has been a wonderful faculty member for teaching fine arts to architecture and interior design students. So Kanika, I have a question here for you, which is that
Okay.
how has been your experience in dealing with your education as a fine art student and then teaching the students of architecture and design, and also practicing your profession for special requirements or for the clients that you had to buy your products that you make for interior spaces. So do you think that what you learned at the point when you were a student uh, was clear for you to come to this platform and be, you know, faculty for interior design? Is it some specific parameter, or it is something more to do with your passion?
Okay, ma'am. So, firstly, I'll talk about my experience. So, my experience was great in in every field, in the field of architecture, in the field of interior design, and in the field of art. Obviously, I'm
Okay.
from a fine arts background, so my experience was obviously very great, very colorful, and like you said, in the field of fine arts, like teaching, yes, it always affect a teaching. There are different parameters. I didn't know about the parameters before when I was a student. Like I didn't know about that you need a particular fine arts teacher, you need a fine arts degree for that particular subject, graphics, in the field of architecture. So it was a like a great opportunity for me. So I got to know that, and through that, I got a job in the field of in a college of architecture. Then I started teaching there, and it is very correlated to fine arts. I didn't knew that. That is very different because my perspective was like painting on a canvas. Then I got to know that there are different things we can teach that painting to architecture students also. Those about the composition, about the designs, about the presentations. So likewise, I got opportunity in CU. and joined the department. Like, it was a best decision of my life that I joined under your presence, and it was a great experience for me. And through that, I have learned more about fine arts plus architecture plus interior design. Why? People mostly think that how a fine art student from a field of fine arts can teach in the department of design, but the
Absolutely.
basic of design is same. From like basic of design and basic of fine arts is same. Principles and elements are same. Most of the design students know about the principle and elements, that colors and
Yeah, in
lines,
fact,
textures. Yeah.
Anita, I think even fashion design, product design, watch design, fine arts, even
it
architecture, all of these
yeah
related design fields learn the same basic principles
yes,
initially.
yes, we have to illustrate that thing, how we can start designing without getting a particular idea on that paper. How will we
Hmm.
start? We have to put
Hmm.
that idea on a paper. If we don't put
Yeah.
that idea on a paper, how we will start it?
Hmm.
If we don't know about the principle and about the elements, how will we start? So the
Yeah.
basic principle and elements are same. And for the basic understanding of design and architecture drawing, we have to start with simple basic drawing, and where there we need a fine arts teacher, a professional teacher, or a professional person from that particular field, so that they can teach the basics. Because
Yeah. So you
everybody, I
basically,
don't think so. Yeah.
yeah. So you basically need a guide or a mentor from an
Yeah.
expert background, like example, fine arts, who knows how to help the students understand how do you put your dreams or your thought processes on paper and communicate it to the end user.
And yeah.
Right. Because
Yeah.
I might have an idea that I want this kind of watch, but I would need assistance of a fine arts teacher to tell me that how do I show the perspective of a watch, which angles should I pick up, what kind of orthographic projections I should do. So all of these aspects are definitely, this adds more expertise, knowledge to the student. It's always good because when you're doing architecture alone, I feel, in fact, when I'm talking about this, I feel that you cannot typify a particular subject saying that this is purely architecture, this is purely interior design, this is purely, there's nothing pure about it. It's an amalgamation of different elements that come together and define a new field, right? So, like, if it is social media marketing, so social media marketing involves Facebook as a concept, Instagram as a concept, and probably Twitter as a concept, or other channels. So together it makes social media as a study to talk about. So I think all of these fields are very correlated, and you definitely need. So for a landscape design talk, I would rather suggest not to get a furniture designer to talk about it, but to get a landscape architect to talk about it. So I
True.
think they're more related to it, and we should focus in design education that experts from the field come and give hands-on training, or we take the students to those kind of labs, studios, workshops where they learn exactly what's happening in the world and apply their ideas to it.
Yes,
So
sure, ma'am. That is totally true. Actually, it's a versatile field, not only fine arts, design, and architecture, interior, everything is a versatile field, and we can connect. And in a department, in a particular field, in a particular office, we need all type of, experts there, mentors there, so
right.
that we can collaborate, we can work on that particular thing, and we can discuss about that thing, and we can teach students that thing. So this is the reality of design. Like, we we actually lack here. People don't understand about this, and we actually lack
Yes.
here because we don't
I
know
agree.
that it is like,
So, for example,
how we can do
if you're
it.
doing a absolutely, if you're doing a product design course, how can you do a product design course without a faculty from a sketching background? To come and explain you how to sketch a product or how to sketch a car, for that matter. If you're doing automobile design or industrial design, you need a person from finance to come and tell you. So that's one part of the story. So definitely. these fields are quite related to each other, and you need expertise from every nook and corner to come and contribute in the course and make it. And not everybody has interest. If I emphasize on
Yes.
that also, not everybody has an interest. Somebody in sketching might just like to sketch cars. The other person
Yes.
from fine arts or from any other design background might just like to do digital sketching, not hand
Yeah.
sketching. Also, if you're doing a product design course, you might require a person from fine arts department or fine arts background to do sculptures
Yeah.
with an
So
expertise in sculptures. Even for the matter of interior products that you get in the market in home stores and all of those are designed in collaboration with sculpture artists and
artist and
designers and
yeah.
CAD people. So it's a good teamwork overall.
Yes, it is a teamwork, and it is really true that we have to like make a team, and then we have to work on that particular thing. Like for accessories, we need a designer, we need a an artist, we need a person who knows about that particular thing, like for sculptures, for accessories, for different paintings. It
Yeah.
is all part of interior design, plus it is part of fine arts, plus it is part of architecture also. So everything is correlated.
It is indeed. It
Yeah.
is, and
Yeah.
it as it's written in the message near in the chat box below that creativity has no barriers of education or degree. So initially, when tailors became fashion designers, they didn't have degree, so they just became designers. But education or a degree is basically to tame and polish you further. So with that, I think Kanika, let's move on to. Pawan has been
Yeah.
silent for long, and
Yes.
would definitely like to know her perspective. That what is the gap, Pawan, that you feel we have in design education? You come from a background of architecture. Kanika comes from a background of fine arts. I come as a background from interior design, brand design, and as well as design management as a perspective. So we three are together on one platform talking about what are the gaps of interior design study or design studies and how should we go about it further.
Okay. So, sharing my personal experience with you, being an architect, what I feel is the gap between what we are accomplishing in the education, we are only getting the bookish knowledge. And I hope that every student is agreeing with me because we are not having any practical approach to the
Yeah,
professional practice that we are going to opt after our study, and
absolutely.
we are going to have it or we are going to experience it on the sites and everything we are going to design for it. So moving on to the very first part, that if we are designing the best curriculum or best syllabus or best design approach towards the education of interior design, then I
Yeah,
think this field should have a proper training in between, or we should have a training semester. Even it can be of 1 month, it can be of 6 months, and it can vary according to the curriculum that we have designed. Because in
right,
a training period, a student always learns that what
right.
has to be like accomplished in a project from the very first site or a case study that he has to do until
Hmm.
the grave of the project. That
Hmm.
what things like it can be seen from a 2D project to a 3D project. So I think that training is must to be included in every semester of a design student so that he or she can experience it fully, that what a design refers to a student. So I
Right.
think training is must, like practical training and practical approach towards the subject is
Yeah.
a real mandatory thing that a student can ever have.
I think I'll add one more thing, like tours. We should take our student to a different tours so that they can experience the the practical thing. They can learn about the practical things, like they can go to different architecture monuments or anything. That is
They
one
can
way of
explore
earning.
new
Yeah,
buildings and all.
yeah.
Yeah, also the basic study, like the principles of design or the elements of design, you learn it in the classroom. But what about its application in the real world? You hardly look for examples that can see like proportion, scale. What is a monument? Like you said, a monument. So a monumental scale is something which is humongous, which is gigantic, which is not available in the regular course. But only when we visit a monument with the students would they realize that this is the proportion of what a human being exists and what a monumental scale is. So definitely, I think hands-on training is very important, which people are not focusing, and institutions are not focusing on. And it's more to do, right, like you said, Pawan, that it's more to do with bookish knowledge or with typical standards that, like we were discussing a few hours back with you, that
Right.
whatever we are studying is studying from it's the same kind of standard that has come 20 years back or 50 years back, and we're not revising it in the classes, so
And
the
we are
students
also
don't
not
know that. Hmm.
we are also not providing the updated knowledge to the students, that
Yes,
what standards have been changed and
yes.
what upcoming trends are coming in the futuristic lifestyle. We're not aware of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I agree to that, Ruchika, that you being from industrial background, also agree to this aspect that, we should have industrial training to make sure that our students are proactive in their thing. And tools are fun way to learn
Yes.
something. Exploring in this field is must. Who's writing this?
Shaurya. Yeah.
Sharik.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, Sharik. Good to connect with you here. So yes, he is
But
making
ma'am,
this
I
point.
really admire the fact that you took students to design symposium on a Delhi tour, and it
Oh,
was really wonderful seeing that video and seeing the students approach, that how they are exhibiting or how they are seeing the exhibiting designs and how they are experiencing the different knowledge that is being provided on a different platform.
yeah.
That was
Thank you.
brilliant.
Thank you. I'm glad that I got the opportunity to take these design students there, and because of COVID, we missed it this year. But I would be glad to take everybody again and experience it in new horizons. So it'll be wonderful, and I think the students can keep putting in their inputs. It'll be nice, the students or the viewers, whoever are giving their valuable time to us and being there to connect with us here, can definitely share their thought process, because it makes more authentic a conversation when you have two-way process of talking to each other. So
And they
like
can
I was
also
reading,
detox themselves.
yes, yes, it has to be mutual detox. So I was reading Shorey's message on the chat, in the chat box, that he says, and tours are fun way to learn something. Absolutely, Shorey, it is a fun activity. And let me read your entire message. Okay, exploring in this field is must, and exploring in a fun way is good than being in a room and attending classes. That's what our agenda is all about. That how can you learn in a cocoon a subject which needs practical exposure, right? You cannot do that. You can't. If you tell a carpenter to please sit in one room and keep racking his head with the tools for 365 days a year, do you think he would be a good carpenter? No, he would just be another person with an axe cutting wood only, right? So that's what my take is.
We,
So yeah,
in
Pawan,
the
yeah,
field of practical design, I think we have to explore every aspect of that particular field.
yes, yes, indeed,
We have
it
to
is
go
very
out and learn about that field. Yeah.
yeah. And going out means going out with an eye of observation. You go with, a thought process that I'm going to go and learn and observe whatever the classroom mentors or the classroom teaching has put in my mind. Right. Definitely, students, don't worry. You will get your exposure. You just have to find the right platforms to get that for yourself, right? And we are there, so we'll give you whatever best possible exposure. We're sitting in the industry. I've been working since last 17, 18 years in this industry, and I'm there. Whatever best I can do, I'll do. Pawan will do on her level. Kanika will do on her level. So and together, like we've come today, we together also help you in finding solutions to your queries and getting you better exposures in the world of design, because that's what our passion is, and that's why we're together here, right? So the other point that I was thinking is that
You can also
we have to,
suggest some.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you can continue, ma'am.
No, go ahead, you were saying something, go ahead.
I was just saying that students can, obviously, people who are watching this video live
Yeah,
session, they can suggest some topics, and they can even suggest some like questions. If they have any questions, they can ask us those questions, and we can, come up with those questions
yeah,
and with those, queries with in
and we can
the,
talk further on the,
coming.
yes,
Yeah, we can
sessions
talk
in the
further
coming
on this.
sessions. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So the other thing that I want to put light on and discuss with everybody here is that when you do course objectives, when you do objectives of a particular program, what we miss practicing is writing is something different. Writing on papers that you want to do this is separate, but what are you doing in practical to achieve that course objective is also very important. Like we should achieve long-term understanding as a goal for our students or for the learners who are in the design field. So how do you do long-term learning? Only when you do everything that you learn in theory as a practical indulgence, and then will you be able to achieve a long-term understanding. So if I give a student if I put the measurement study on the blackboard, on the whiteboard, saying, oh, this is 1 inch, okay, this is 2 inches, 1 inch is so and so centimeters and all. So the student is hearing to you, he knows, oh yeah, in the classroom I heard centimeters, inches, but always that there'll be a confusion in the mind, right? But if you give him a measuring scale and if you give him small bits of wood, example, I'm just taking an example. So if you give a couple of students maybe 25-30 pieces of wood and say, find out a wood piece each for each one of yourself, which is 1 inch in size, and measure the centimeters and write on it. I'm sure that activity will make a positive impact on the student. And by finding that 1 inch piece 10 times, when the student will measure it, the concept will be clear that, oh, this is a 1 inch measurement and it is so and so centimeters, and that understanding will remain till the person is alive in the world. So that's what we need to achieve. That's how the teachers and the students. What's your take on that? Of you.
I think the knowledge given in that way is best for the students, and the students won't be forgetting about it.
Yes.
If you have given them a practical approach, for example, that this is 1 inch and this means 1 inch, a student will be relating that 1 inch to the other dimensions too. Having
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So even in fact, if you go to carpenters and all, if another student goes for the workshop and just goes and sees how much material is there and what are the sizes, the carpenter would say, वो 1 inch का है, वो 2 inch का है, वो 4 inch का है, right? And you say, how does he know so swiftly? You know what is 1 inch, what is 2 inch, what is 4 inch? It's only when you ask him, आपको कैसे पता है ये कौन सा क्या, आप कैसे लगा लेते हो? तो बोले जी इतने साल से काम करे, अब तो अंदाजा हो गया. So वो अंदाजा हो गया is because of the practical application every day that the person is going through. So,
Yes, true.
you can't just read it, mug it up and earn marks and forget it. No, you have to practically apply it for earning marks in life and in profession to make a mark.
Yes.
Right? Right. So yeah, Pawan, what you had another pointer to put, I think. Yeah.
I only wanted to ask you, I want to ask you, is there any motivation, or you feel like, is there any example of motivation? Like you feel that in your personal experience, and he has been inspired in the field of education, or he or she has been inspired in the field of education, like a type of motivation that you have ever felt in a student as per your personal experience?
Okay. See, motivation, definitely, if you have, basic
For a particular
clarity of, sorry? Yeah.
For a particular design subject.
Oh, for a particular design subject.
Like,
have
you seen any spark in his or her eyes that he wants to have this field of education to be promoted to a next level or something like that?
So you want me to talk about my motivation, or you want me to pinpoint some student who?
An experience
Okay. I got your point. That you are wanting me to go back my memory lane and find a specific.
That one motivation.
Yes. Okay. So I can talk about one student we had. I think he's a he, so he is here in the viewer list, and yes, I can talk about him because he really showed me the meaning of true motivation a student in today's era has. So this is a student who came in the university, and he wanted to do interior design, and there was one particular block that was hurdling him path towards achieving this goal of being a student of interior design, and that was his being passed or fail in particular subject in plus two. And he is amazing in his artwork. He's amazing in his approach to deal with assignments. In fact, in the future sessions, I think I would like to bring in his one of the assignments that really motivated and inspired me to focus more on such students. So I really wanted that student to come to the department right then, but because of these kind of protocols that you have in an organization, that student needs to do this and should have this passing certificate, should have this particular number of percentage, it became very difficult to accommodate him in the last session. And it was demotivating for him too, because he never wanted to lose on 1 year, and he wanted to be in parallel to the other students and friends of his. But it was sad that I could not accommodate him at that point. But then he had a lot of enthusiasm, compassion towards learning design, learning art, learning the different aspects of design. And he made it, in fact, he kept that as a motivation and cleared his exam and reapplied the next year in the first semester for the interior design course, and successfully is doing interior design today, and he's there. And if you want, I can spell his name, but I would not. Okay, so he's there, and I'm sure he's realized that who he is. And I would just like to say that for determining who can learn design is not about what he or she has learned in the past. It has to be analyzed, it has to be judged on the aptitude of a person. And for that particular thing, we need to have a design aptitude um, screening, probably, if I don't term it as test or exam. That design screening, the aptitude screening, will help the student eventually to save his time and energy and know which field is good for him or her. Because at that point, when you have a design aptitude screening, you can tell the person, you're good in particular this portion of design and you should go here. Instead of running to 10 counselors, he or she can actually feel it, go through that screening, and then take a more authentic review on that. So I think this is important. Eventually you realize which student has a passion for what. We're all unique, and it's not necessary that what fields we have today will be the same when 10 years down the lane, because when I did interior design, that time interior design was a small candle, burning single-handedly somewhere. But today we have a big lamp of people who are under the illumination of interior design and are highlighting this field. So tomorrow you might have a specific table designer who's only focusing on table designs, or there could be a particular design field which we can't even think today about. So those things will come. Who thought about website design becoming such a big trend overall in the last 10 years? Who thought that Instagram will come and you will have a social media post designer? So these aspects were not there 10 years back. So you need to be ready. You need to just identify your skill set. You need to identify your passion and then march forward, because today you might be interior designer. Today you might be a lighting designer, but 5 years from now, you might like to become maybe a website designer. So who knows? A doctor also changes a profession after a few years. So I think an aptitude screening is very important. And I'm really appreciative of the student that I spoke about, that he is still taking all the courses and everything with real enthusiasm, with real energetic approach, and trying to give the best he has to deal with every assignment, every project. These students are our future light holders, who will take us further and give us new designs and give us new fields which today we don't even know about, but we will hear from them that they are successful leaders there, right?
Yes, true. It is actually
So
true. Yeah.
So I
So
hope
everyone,
everybody is enjoying our conversation. In case we can get some review on it right away.
you can ask your doubts. You can ask a question if you want to. Any question regarding three different fields: fine arts, architecture, and interior design.
Somebody, I think I missed the question earlier, but somebody had asked about what is the difference between interior design and civil engineering.
Yes, yes, it was a question. Yeah, there was a question.
Yeah. Yeah, so see, interior designing is more to do about indoor spaces, about spatial quality of a space of an architectural enclosure, and it talks about all the aspects, whether it is technical aspects like electrical, plumbing, air conditioning, HVAC, everything. Whereas civil engineering is more to do with built up of accesses like bridges, roads, the ones which are more in use for public usage, moreover. So civil engineering has a different aspect. It's not curtailed to indoor spaces. It's more to do with outdoor development, outdoor infrastructure development. So whether it's dams, whether it's bridges, whether it is any kind of structural aspect like underground roads, those kind of things are there. Also, civil engineer can calculate some loads and all. So that's a different discipline of technicality. But yes, a civil engineer can definitely do an interior design course and look into some technical aspect of interior design as well. So it's open to them as well. Yeah. Great. So anybody else who has a question? Okay.
Or any
So
suggestion?
yeah,
Or any experience they want to share?
yeah. By the time we get a question, can everybody tell me? I have this statement, if you think this is right or wrong, that if each one of us gets a chance to apply our own skill set, it will give or enhance more of confidence in our existence. Yeah. Do you think if you get a chance to apply your own unique skill set, whatever skill set you have individually, in on a platform which gives you more confidence and more exposure and gives you an opportunity to experiment future with more pride or with more more confidence only, I would say, but because confidence is something that we all want for our own thought processes, because we all think uniquely. We might somebody who invented can you give the name of the person who invented the bulb? I think everybody should know it. Yeah, anybody who can tell us who designed the bulb? We're waiting. Where are you, everybody? Saloni, Samprit, Maddie.
Come on, students. Can we have the answer, please, in the comment box?
You're all in social media. Okay, so should we wait or should we? Thomas Edison, Alva Edison. Okay, good. Yeah, Arpita and Saloni. Good. So yes, so when Thomas Edison thought of creating a light source named as bulb and had a filament in it, and yeah, right, yes. So right, son. So that was something very unique. But he might be at one point fearful that would people accept a bulb as a light source? Right, when everybody had candles, because at that time access to electricity would have been the biggest challenge for a bulb to be successful as a product design. So we all are fearful for our ideas to be accepted by the world outside. But what we need to realize is that the more you apply your skill set and the more platforms that you get to do that, the less fearful you would be, and you will come out with ideas and innovations that will set you apart and give you due recognition. Do you agree on that?
Yes, everyone.
Okay, great. And also, I think with people here from design, I think residential interiors and home renovations is marking the most of the market at today's scenario, because it's somewhere estimated to be around 20-30 billion, something like that. which is US dollars. So imagine if this is the kind of opportunity that home designers have or residential designers have. I'm sure that every field of design has a futuristic, brighter path to look up to. Yeah. Did Shaurya ask some question?
Yes,
Yes,
there
ma'am,
are
we have
two
two
people that,
questions.
yeah. So
Okay.
Samprit have asked one question, that is, sometimes we lose interest and waste a lot of time. How to overcome that?
Cut it there. When you think that you've lost interest in something, just take a break. When you take a break, you will realize whether you want to invest more time on it or not.
Yeah, actually, that is what
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of lingering
Yeah.
on, because if you keep lingering on that thought, at the end of the day, you will feel you've achieved nothing and you have no use. Your identity is of no use. So better is there are not less number of opportunities that you have apart from the thing that you're doing. So break it, leave it there. If you really feel good about it, you will come back with better ideas, right?
So other question is,
What is the future
Maddie has
holding?
asked, Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the
What is the
future
future
holding for
holding for
interior
us?
design?
Great,
Interior
both of
design.
you. Yeah, so both of you have come up with the question. So can I get it again? So what did you say?
So, Kanika,
You can continue.
okay, fine. So, the question was, what is the future holding for interior designer?
Like I said, that it is like a 30 billion USD. Only in India I'm talking about. So that's why you have these IKEA concepts that are coming in, and IKEA's come now not only in Hyderabad, but after this COVID period, they've also launched themselves in Navi Mumbai. So if you see the US projection of 30 billion USD in India itself is a huge example of what interior design or any design field will have an impact by being in that particular zone. Because if you talk about home interiors, it's not only home interiors, there's so many multidisciplinary areas that are going to get a boom, because it's going to be kitchen design, it's going to be 10 different materials in kitchen design that will be more in demand. It could be quartz, it could be onyx, it could be, like I'm talking about stone, it could be shutters, it could be so many things. So individual unit that comes as or becomes a part of residential design or home design or interior design will get a boost. If it's a bathroom design or it's a washroom design, different kind of WCs, different kind of wash basins, different kind of showers. So there's a huge scope. You enter into any aspect. It could be wallpapers, it could be textures, it could be wall tiles, it could be brick tiles, it could be
It could be
anything. Yeah, it could be
anything.
anything.
Actually, it can be anything because I can relate to it. Being an fine artist, I am like launching my own products now. So
Oh
Design
it
yes,
has
is
grown a bit.
all correlated.
and yeah, and the
So
beautiful one, I must say, Kanika. Thanks for
thank you so
giving me a
much.
few of them, and
Thank you so much,
that's
ma'am.
beautiful, because the way an artist can perceive his or her art on a product is also in itself a very charming experience. And I got hold of her beautiful art packs, and they're very nice. So definitely, like lights also is in itself a good industry. So you have LED lights, you have focus lights, you have hanging lights, you have track lights, and then you have LED strips and wall lights, concealed lights. So there's so much exposure towards that kind of concept. So any field you pick up, I think it will blossom, right? Also wall art. So in wall art also you have 3D wall art, you have wooden wall art, you have that's how fine arts clubs into the interior spaces. If you go to hotel lobbies, what do you see? You see a big painting. How did MF Hussain become successful if he was only a fine art student? Because he made paintings that were further accepted in houses and restaurants and spaces. Right. So
Yes.
that's how it's related. It's all well connected. It's all well related. So you need to know. Making like I remember Pawan and Kanika collaborating for that history assignment. I think Pawan teaches history very
Yes.
well. So I'm always
Yes.
happy to give her those subjects whenever possible. So talking about history, there was one assignment, and it was history and furniture design. Am I right
Yes,
on
ma'am.
that?
History
Yes.
and
Yeah,
furniture.
and Yeah, you spoke with Kanika and you both came up with this wonderful idea of developing a cube as a 3D model, and
Yes,
then putting different kind of furniture pieces on each side, and then cube became like a art piece with one particular study of historical styles.
we
So that's
combined
how I
three
think.
subjects in one composition. It was history, workshop, and graphic subject.
Yes.
Yes. So that's how it is. So, it's more about innovating teaching also, innovating learning also. It's not only, I do agree, a good mentor can have a very impactful relation with a student in terms of giving and imparting knowledge. But on the other hand, a student is equally responsible to come up with those kind of design problems or those kind of queries that give him or her an opportunity to explore more, and let the mentor guide further. So it is a two-way communication. As I said, a student and a mentor relationship is very important to move forward in the world of education, and design education cannot be successful in a cocoon. You cannot sit in your nest and learn everything there. You need to move out, you need to explore, you need to go and fly and come back with new elements to make your nest glow better than the world. Also, everybody has an individual personality. So I have a particular personality, so my home should look like this. So somebody comes to my home will get an essence of my personality. Similarly, Pawan would have a different kind of liking. For example, if you talk about designers, the leading designers in India like Suzanne Khan, Twinkle Khanna, Gauri Khan, all have their own school of design. School of design, I mean to say, thought, their own thoughts of design. So in that, if I talk about Suzanne Khan, she's more inclined towards dramatic interiors, more to do with her brand name is Charcoal Project. So it's more about charcoal colors, charcoal effect, the kind of texture. So, and where does charcoal come from in a designer's mind? From the fine artist, from the artists like Kanika, because uh, charcoal usage is done more in graphics by a fine
Yeah.
art student than an interior design student. But Suzanne Kazan is an interior designer, but she has a love for charcoal, and all her products are more, inclined towards the dark ages, the Gothic era, more metal, industrial revolution side. So those are styles that particular designer is focusing at. On the other hand, when you see Twinkle Khanna, her brand is White Window, and there you see more traditional styles coming into contemporary definitions. So it's more to do with whites, blues, more eclectic, right? More mix of 3-4 designs, and it could be inspired from Mediterranean theme, it could be inspired from English theme. So her designs are very different from what Suzanne Khan has to offer. And when you come to Gauri Khan, if you study her design or if you study her showroom, she has more luxury oriented products and design inclination. So her is more, like I said, monumental proportions. So there she wants to experiment with more huge aspects of design, make a particular thing look more gigantic or humongous. So that's how things are. So everybody has a different personality. So you never have to think that, oh, I had this particular thing, I could be a designer, so what? There's no competition in design as per individual preferences. The only competition is to survive in the world of design with your own unique idea. So you need to polish your own ideas to have your own identity. That's the only competition that you have. Apart from that, everybody has a very unique intellectual capital right there with them. So that's going to make you stand out and make you come out as a shining star. Right? Is that good?
So
So are we
everybody,
all ready? We are all ready to march towards the open-minded approach towards design education? Yeah, can you hear me? Pawan and Kanika.
Yes, yes,
yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we have to be out of the box, not inside the box.
True.
Yes, true that. We have to be out of the box with out of box ideas.
Yeah, that's right. And I feel more you experience, the more you understand different aspects of life. And that's how your approach changes. You try new things and you add a different fabric of thought that weaves into your mind, and the world accepts it if it's value, right?
And you learn about your yourself and your particular inspiration, source of inspiration, and you always use that inspiration, like you said, that Suzanne Khan uses charcoal. So that is the
Absolutely.
inspiration.
So this is one quote that I will end the talk with. In case somebody has some query, you can post and we can review with you later. Right? In case you have any points, Pavan and Nidhi, I'm sorry, Kanika. I said I read Nidhi, somebody in the chat box, and I said Nidhi.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
okay. So I don't think so. We have any question? Pavan ma'am, do you have any question?
No,
Because
like my
I'm totally
perspective is
detox.
clear now. Yes, totally
Yeah, my
detox. Yes.
perspective towards design is very clear now.
Wonderful. And I think we are ready for the next session. So, in case we all team up like this on every Saturday, it's going to be detoxing the week over the
Yes.
weekend before
Much
we
needed.
relax on Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, much needed.
Much
And we can
needed
come up with,
sessions for everybody.
yes, and we can come up with more innovative ideas and more elements where we can show things and we can talk about things and we can talk about industry, we can talk about our experiences, our work, our client experiences, and we can also talk about education, how subjects should be taught, how subjects should be learned. And specifically, we can pick up subjects and talk about cafes, about restaurants, about thesis, about maybe design studios and how theory is important to interior design learning and all. So I think if the students and the viewers who are here with us today give us more inputs on what their review and feedback has been for today's session, as well as what they would like to hear from us or would like us to talk about. So it'll be wonderful. We will keep adding more members and we'll keep making it more interesting and showing our faces as well. So it should be good. So these chat boxes, Yugam says daily, aajao please. Okay.
Oh.
The more the merrier, but I would say that a weekly dose is enough for detoxing. Too much of detox will take away the spice of life,
True.
right? And Shaurya says, thank you so much, ma'am. It was good time spending with you guys once again. And I wish we could get along again in near future. Yes, Shaurya, we're there. We'll be evidently there for each one of you and be there to help you. Guneet, looking forward. More sessions, definitely we will. And Ritika says, such an amazing and knowledgeable conversation. Thank you so much, Ritika. So, thanks, Manpreet. And we should end it here. Pavan, would you like to end the thing? Thanks, Arpita.
Yes, sure. Okay. Before winding up today's discussion, I would like to thank each one of you to be a part of this detox session. And I trust you all had a wonderful time. And would like to ask the same question to Gurjot ma'am and Kanika ma'am. Hope you all had a wonderful time.
Oh,
Yes,
Detox.
I
it was
had,
a
and
great.
I
Yeah.
have happiness all around for the Sunday.
So, ma'am, everyone is looking forward for more sessions, and we'll be
I
taking
think we're also
ideas
looking forward.
from them.
Yes, actually, we are looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I miss everybody's good morning wishes and good afternoon wishes in the class. So I think this is the right platform to get those emojis and those wishes and talks and everything. So I will look forward to it.
We all miss that.
It was nice connecting. See you soon. We'll post this video in our profiles for you to refer it and let us know what would you like to hear further. So next week we'll catch up with a new topic and we'll put it through our accounts and we'll decide as per your inputs what we should come up with and discuss. And next time we could require more questions coming from your end, right? So pleasure everybody. Thanks for being there and taking out time and spending with us. Good evening. Happy weekend. See you soon.
Bye, ma'am.
Okay,
See
bye.
you. Bye
Bye,
bye. Bye
everyone.
bye. Bye bye.